guys, today I thought we could do another one of my Married at First Sight eyeshadow palette edition videos. It's been a little while since I did one of these, so if you're new to this, I took inspiration from the show Married at First Sight, and if you haven't watched the show, basically the premise of the show is that people apply to be on the show and then expert will match them together and then they get married without having ever met, and then they see if the marriage works out. So basically we're just gonna pair two palettes together that I feel like would be a good match, and then we will see at the end of the video if they will end up staying married or if they need to get a divorce. I know it's extremely cheesy, but I think it's really fun and you guys seem to really enjoy these videos as well. But before we get around to picking out the palettes that are going to get married, this video is sponsored by Formulate. I know, if you guys are not familiar with Formulate by now, I've worked with them so many times, I'm like, are you even watching my videos? Basically, Formulate is a personalized shampoo and conditioner service where you go on their site, you take a quiz, and at the end of it, you will have your own perfectly formulated shampoo and conditioner. And you also get to work with a personal chemist. If your formulas aren't perfect, you can tweak them, you can change them if you feel like you need to. I personally haven't had to because they did such a fantastic job the first time. And they are currently running a sale that lasts from November 26th until the 30th, where if you buy one set of your personalized shampoo and conditioner, you will also get one to gift. So you will get a gift card for whatever it is that you order, whatever size that you order, you will get a gift card to give to someone else so they can try the service as well. And I think that that is super fun. So I have had such a good luck with my Formulate products because I've been using them for, I don't know how long now. I lose track because it's been such a long time. I think I've been using mine for 7 months now and I absolutely love them. I mean, you guys have seen just like how well my hair color has stayed in my hair, and that is one of the most important things for me when I pick out like my hair products, because I don't want to have to go to the salon more often than I have to. I don't want to have to mess with my hair more than I have to, and I want my hair to, you know, be repaired and be in good condition, and I really feel like their products have helped my hair achieve that. So I would highly recommend that you guys check them out. I know I've worked with them so many times in the past and it probably won't be the last time, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep talking and talking and talking about this until they don't want to work with me anymore, which hopefully won't be ever because I love them. So go ahead and check out the link down below in my description box. Now let's go ahead and pick out the palettes that I want to use. So I'm going to take you to my palettes and we can take it from there. Okay, so welcome to my palettes. If you haven't been here before, this is how I store my palettes. Is it kind of messy? Yes, but so am I. I just have it on top of some drawers here, and then I have all of my singles in my singles palette. So I think we should go ahead and start. Usually I kind of think about what it is that I want to use, but today I haven't done that. So let's just go ahead and find some palettes that I haven't used in a while. I would rather not pull in like newish palettes to these videos because I like to be able to, you know, just use some of my older palettes in videos sometimes, and I feel like this is a good opportunity for me to do so. So the one palette that's kind of like taunting me right now is this one from Makeupamurder, because I haven't used this one more than once. I used it for a video and I really like it. This was their Valentine's palette last year, and here's what it looks like. So it's got some beautiful purple shimmers that I absolutely love. And this matte here is really nice as well. The black matte is really nice. So maybe we can find something that would like go nicely with this palette. So I'm gonna kind of pop that up right here. Hopefully it's not gonna fall, which it might. Let me try to, wow, that was harder than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, let's see. What colors do we maybe want to work with this palette? Of course, I don't want it to be something that's like too similar, but I also need them to go together. So let's go ahead and just kind of browse through here. I could use one of my Inside palettes, but at the time of me filming this, I do have a video planned with those, so maybe I won't do that since I will be using them soon. Prodigy palette, that's a nice one too, but I don't really like the mattes in that. I want to find a palette that I really like the mattes in that I can pair some of these mattes with, or shimmers I mean. This is a palette that I haven't used yet. This is the Glamlite Caliente palette. Don't know if I feel like using that. What about my Natasha Denona? No, I've used that too many times. Let's see. Menagerie palette. I feel like I've kind of used that lately too. Lethal, that could be kind of nice. What about this one? I don't love that palette though. No, I don't feel like having like a pastel look today. What about my Oceanic palette? I haven't used that one in what feels like forever. So let's see. Would these go together? I mean, not really. Okay, never mind. Let's do something else. This is a lot harder than it was last time, I feel like. BH, don't really feel like working with BH. These two are gonna be a little bit too similar. Those are my alter ego palettes. Glamlite, I use Glamlite all the time. I feel like the Taco palette though is always screaming my name. Is the Taco palette gonna go with this? Could we make something work with this? I mean, it's not gonna be like the perfect marriage, I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. Should we do that? I feel like that green up there would look so good along with that matte. What do you guys think? I wish I could ask for your help. I mean, this wouldn't be like your expected marriage, if you will, but I do think that I would be able to get such a cool look out of these, and it would mean that I get to play with my Taco palette. So let's just do it. All right, so we have our palettes. We have the Makeupamurder Partner in Crime palette and the Glamlite Taco palette. And speaking of Makeupamurder, I just remember that they sent me this mixing medium, which is basically a mixing medium to use with like loose pigments. And I do have all of their neon and pastel pigments. Maybe I could use this with one of those to create a look with these palettes just because I'm here. I also do have a code with Makeupamurder. I don't even know if I've ever mentioned it on my channel because I haven't used a lot of their products in my videos just because I keep forgetting to like use the pigments, and pigments isn't normally a thing that I reach for a lot. But I do have a code. I'll have it on the screen. I totally forget what it is, but it will save you some money. It is affiliated, just so you know, so I will make a commission if you use my code. I also ended up getting these brushes. This is the Cut Creaser and Melolops. I don't know. This is a collab that they did with some brushes, and these are meant to be brushes for like doing graphic liners and stuff. So maybe I'll use one of those with the mixing medium with the pigment and create like a graphic liner to go with this look that we end up making. I don't know. Let's just go ahead and start by priming, and then I'll see if I can come up with some kind of a game plan here, because at this very moment I don't have one. Just going to use my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base. So I think I have a bit of a plan. I'm looking at these palettes, and my idea is kind of that I want to use these two shimmers on my lid. These are such beautiful cool tone purple shimmers that I don't have a lot of in my other palettes. And if I'm going to use purples on my lid, I kind of want to do a purple crease and then use a pigment to do a graphic liner like in the first portion of my crease. I think that could be kind of fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the Glamlite palette, and I'm going to take the shade here called Red Cabbage. This is one of my favorite purples. I love the tone of this. So I think that's going to be my transition shade, and then I want to do this matte from the Makeupamurder palette on my lower lash line. So basically this is going to be like the crease colors or the matte colors, if you will. So I'm not going to even use a transition shade to that purple because I don't really have one in these. But that is totally okay, because in my book, transition shades are overrated and I don't need them. So I'm just going to go ahead and start by placing the purple matte in my crease here. And I have yet to clean my brushes. Do you do what I do and you keep telling yourself that you don't have time even though you know that you do have time? Like, I'm totally making excuses for myself because I know that I have time. Like, I know that I spend probably at least an hour a night just playing Scrabble online and watching YouTube videos. And if I just spent that hour cleaning my brushes, like that's about as long as it takes for me to clean my brushes. It usually takes around an hour. Then I could have clean brushes, but I don't want to do it. I hate doing it. I hate cleaning my brushes with a passion. Ugh, it's just the worst thing ever, but sometimes it needs to be done, and I know I keep saying it in so many videos, but I hope that some of you can relate. It would make me feel a little bit less alone. Can you see how pigmented that is? It's the same color as my hair. Well, almost anyway. It's a really, really cute color. So I don't want to take this up too high because I do want to have room to actually blend this out on its own here. But you can see really just how pigmented this color is. It's beautiful. This palette is honestly one of my favorite palettes from Glamlite. I just think that the color story is so good, and I know I keep talking about it, so I'm glad that I was able to actually pull it into a video and show you guys. So this looks so good. I'm gonna take a clean fluffy brush now and just really work on trying to blend out this color and get a good gradient, kind of blend it out on its own here. I also do have a code with Glamlite now. It's just Annette, I'm pretty sure. If not, I'll correct myself on the screen. It'll also save you 10% and it is affiliated. Let me know, do you guys want me to keep saying what my codes are, or would you rather me just put it on the screen? Because I don't want it to get annoying, and like, I always feel weird like pushing my codes. It's not even that I'm pushing my codes. Like, I want to help you guys save money, but like when it is an affiliate code, I always feel a bit like awkward and annoying saying it. I don't know. Let me know. Would you rather me put the text on the screen, or do you want me to say it out loud? Because I know that some people don't actually like watch videos, they kind of just have them on in the background, so maybe it's helpful that I actually say it out loud too. But do let me know what you guys prefer. So I think this is looking good for now. It's not like completely even on the sides here. I feel like this one is going out in a weirder angle, but let's go ahead and do the under eye. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is called Stolen Heart, and that's gonna go under my eye. I might also take a little bit of the black in this palette to just deepen this up with on the outer corner, but let me go ahead and just kind of smoke this out under my eye and see how everything is looking first. And this is such a beautiful, what would I even call this? Like, this color reminds me of something. Like, it reminds me of some kind of food, and I can't think of what it is. Just making sure to kind of connect that with the outer corner of my eye here so that I get a good angle. And I'm kind of trying to make all of my looks now leading up to Christmas kind of like Christmassy and festive. I don't know. I've been loving those color combinations lately, especially purples along with, you know, other colors. Like, I don't know. I really associate purple with Christmas for some reason, and I think it's because when I used to live in Norway, my mom would always put up like purple table runners on all of our tables, and to me purple is just like so Christmas. Like, I know a lot of people don't consider purple to be a Christmas color, but to me it's just as much Christmas as, you know, green and red is. So I don't know if I need to go in with the black, but I'm gonna take just a little bit of it because I have it and because I love black. So this is one of those with a little bit of like glitter particles in it, but you really can't see it once you get it on your eye. Like, even on the brush, you can barely see any glitter at all. So I'm gonna tap it off a little bit, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of this, like a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean a lot, just on the outer corner of my eye to deepen this up. I'm not gonna take it through my crease. I'm just gonna keep it in the outer corner of my eye. Getting a little bit of fallout with the shade, but I think I'll be able to wipe it away. So you can see on the eye, you can't really see any of those glitter particles, which is really nice because I hate that. And then we're gonna go in with some shimmers, but first I'm going to take my NYX glitter primer, and I'm gonna use this to create a bit of a faux cut crease because I do want the line to be kind of sharp here. Since I am gonna go in with a liner detail, I just feel like that really makes it a little bit cleaner. So I'm gonna take my glitter primer on a smaller brush than I normally do. This is my Morphe M421. I love this for doing cut creases. And I'm basically just gonna pretend like I'm doing a cut crease with my glitter primer here. I'm gonna take the shadow quite high up because I do need my line when I do go in with my graphic liner to be above the crease of my actual eye so that when my eye is open, I can see it. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do one eye at a time today so this doesn't dry out. So I'm gonna go in with another brush here to apply because I don't really like using that brush to apply shimmer. So I'm first gonna take the shade here called Bad Boys, which is the darkest of the purple shimmers. And I'm gonna start in the middle of my eye and blend it outwards. Now the shimmers from Makeupamurder are so beautiful. Like, you can really see the glitters on your eyes in their shadows. Like, do you see how sparkly and beautiful that is? It's just so cute. I love their shimmer formula. It's not like super metallic, but it's just glittery and nice, you know? Like, there's something special to it, and I really like that. Just gonna gently blend that into the outer corner shade here. And then for the inner portion, I'm gonna go into the shade right next to it, which is called Cuff Me. I don't know if this palette is available anymore. I wonder if this was a limited edition palette for Valentine's or something. I'm not really sure, but I do think that they're coming out with a new palette soon. So that's very exciting because I really like Makeupamurder as a brand, and I wish that they would come out with more stuff. So that makes me excited. I'm just gonna kind of blend these two colors together so you can see not the biggest difference between the two, but definitely enough of a difference to warrant using both. Okay, so what I am tempted to do is I want to put a little bit of this neon green pigment in my inner corner, and then I want to use this to do a graphic liner with. So this is going to be a bit of a two-step process. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eyeshadow base and I'm going to put that in my inner corner as a base to the pigment, because the pigment obviously doesn't have any binder, so you need something tacky to put this on top of. So I'm going to pour a little bit of this pigment out on a piece of paper in front of me here. And I'm then going to take my Natasha Denona base, and I'm first going to just put a little bit of this on my hand so I have a little more control. And I'm going to use a little brush to place down where it is that I want this pigment to be. And it's basically just going to go right in my inner corner. I do want it to be quite blown out, so I'm going to use quite a lot of this. Just going to wipe off my brush so that I don't have too much, and I can help blend this out a little bit. And you do want this to be quite a wet base that you're going to use. And then again, just going to wipe off my brush to make sure I don't have any of that primer left on it. And I'm going to pick up some of that pigment and basically just pack it right over the top. And this is going to be so intense, and I absolutely love it. Like, their pigments are honestly amazing if you know how to work with them. Neon pigments in general can definitely be a little bit tricky, and this is like the only way that I'm really comfortable using them if I don't mix them with a mixing medium. Because trying to blend pigments, like neon pigments especially, into other shadows, it's almost impossible. So I just don't even bother trying because I don't have those skills and I don't have that kind of patience. So really you just want to pack it on and leave it alone. So I think this is where I'm going to leave it with my inner corner. Next, I'm going to mix a little bit of the pigment that I still have on my paper here with, I have a lash stuck to this. How did that happen? That's very weird. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna mix a little bit of this mixing medium, mix it up with one of the brushes that I wanted to use from the set. So let me go ahead and find the one that I think is gonna be the best. Probably this one. I've yet to even open these, so I don't even really know what they look like, but they come packaged very nicely. So it's really cool because they do expand. They are quite short, but you can just kind of pull out the handle. So here's what the tip of this one looks like. It does come in a set of 4. And it's quite stiff, which I like that. I've yet to try anything like this, so I'm very curious. And now I'm going to try to use my little mixture to create a graphic liner with. Wish me luck. I'm not going to be able to talk while I do this, but I'm just going to follow basically the line in my crease and kind of take that about 2/3 of the way out or so. Man, I am just not very good at this kind of stuff apparently, but it probably looks a little bit better on camera. I'm actually gonna take a little bit more of this wet mixture and put in my inner corner as well because my eye's watering a little bit, and so I just feel like that matte is not gonna stay very well, and this is also just going to mix a little bit better with a graphic liner. Maybe this is gonna get a little bit out of hand now, but that's just kind of what we're doing. So I guess this is what we're doing. I'm going to finish off and maybe finesse this a little bit to make it look the way that I want it to. And I'll do some liner and mascara. I do think this is going to come together in the end. Fingers crossed. I'll be right back. So this is the completed look and I hate it. I think it looks so bad. It looks so crusty, and I think it's just my application. I think I'm just really bad at using loose pigments wet because every time I do, it just ends up looking really crusty. Even when I try to use it as a liner, I just never get like a smooth application, even though I used a teeny tiny brush, which by the way is awesome. I don't know, I just suck at this. I prefer using gel liners mixed with a mixing medium to get them to be a little bit more creamy, and that way I find that they don't end up being so just thick and crusty and weird. But again, it's totally my own fault. It's not the pigment's fault. It's not the mixing medium's fault. I'm just not very good at applying pigments in this way. But I've seen so many people on Instagram who are like experts at this and do such good work, and I'm just not one of those people because I don't have enough practice doing this. So yeah, hate the look. I like the idea of the look. I think that it would have looked cool if the application was a little bit better, and I think the colors work nice together. I also think that these palettes work very well together as a couple, and I definitely think that they should stay married. I wish that YouTube wouldn't have taken away the poll option. Like, remember when you had polls that you could put up in a corner? I used to do that, and you guys could vote if you wanted these to stay married or not, but go ahead and sound off down in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. But personally, I feel like these worked very well together, and I think that these color stories are beautiful together. I feel like there's so many things you could do, like pairing the two palettes, and I could probably come up with like 50 different looks doing so. I'm not going to, obviously, because I don't have time, but I'm happy that you guys enjoy these videos, or at least seem to enjoy them when I made them them in the past, so hopefully you enjoyed this one as well. So thank you so much to Formulate for sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out their sale. My link will be down in my description box as always. If you want to see some more of these videos, I will have my playlist up on the screen. And if you're new, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.